This is gonna be a funny video, hopefully.
Jonas Nuttbrock is a guy who's been in our class for 7 years. 6th grade is when our class came together from 3 primary locations to become basically who we are today. Jonas has always been one of those influential characters in our class and brings a lot of flavor that wouldn't be there without. He's got a unique style of humor that manifests itself in many forms: dry, dark humor, physical comedy, and oftentimes just absolute absurdity. I've got a personal favorite, however. What is it, you ask? Well, it's his powers of relatability. Jonas has an interesting talent that a lot of really successful comedians rely on. I couldn't tell you whether or not it's a subconscious ability, but it's definitely effective. Do you ever hear him say something like, "I feel like a Trader Joe's brand Pop-Tart"? And even though this claim is completely outlandish, everybody basically understands what he means. Other times he'll ask questions like, "You know that feeling when your parents leave your door just to crack open to irritate you? Like they think that getting up and shutting the door just that extra inch will have changed your lazy habits for the rest of your life?" Or, when he makes statements about wanting to apologize to everyone after hearing his own voice in a recording. These are relatable things that, for the most part, we all experience, but not very many people know how to put into words. This relatability is something that family-friendly comedians like Jim Gaffigan and more blunt guys like George Carlin find common ground over. Gaffigan's a guy who's been around for a long time and makes a living off of verbalizing those really specific, guilty experiences that humans share.
We've all read the articles, seen those documentaries. It's the same message. Look, McDonald's is really bad for you. It's very high in fat and calories, and we don't even know where the meat comes from. And we're all like, that's disgusting. I'll have a Big Mac, a large fry, and a 2-gallon drum of Diet Coke.
Jonas often structures his jokes in a similar way. They're always specific, mostly about irritating or guilty experiences, and they're always delivered in a way that makes you think, oh yeah, that happens to me too. This is because Jonas is the most indiscriminate comedian I know. I couldn't tell you if he would actually classify himself as a comedian, but I can tell you he definitely gets joy from bringing others entertainment. I don't think he realizes the cultural impact he has even within the younger grades in this school, and most of us don't think about it either. I only began to consider the scale when counting the most likely awards for yearbook. When counting up all the ballots for a category, we put tally marks next to each person's name nominated in relation to how many votes they got. The average person would have around 2 or 3, maybe even 1 or 2 votes for them, but the significant ones would have like 7 or 8. Jonas, however, seemed to have a forest of tally marks after his name in almost every available category for guys. There were actually some ballots from younger grades where people didn't know what to put for a category, so they just filled in Jonas and all their blank ones. For both genders. There have been times I've asked myself, is Jonas actually funny, or is he like a giant inside joke? Is he the kind of thing that only our family here would laugh at, but strangers have no idea why it's funny? And I can't say for sure, but I will say I doubt it. Jonas will always be able to use that really specific and indiscriminate relatability wherever he goes. That definitely breaks down barriers because people feel so laid back around him. I think you always feel comfortable around Jonas because he speaks these relatable experiences that make you feel like he knows you. And it's a good way to build relationships. So yes, Jonas, I think you're actually funny. Thank you guys for watching.